I see you have some police vehicles outside. When we will take a break when we get to the dining in Dell City, and we'll be able to eat and then go look at the police vehicles outside. So that was Chris Willis. Tell him we appreciate him. Very good. Tomorrow is an election. It's a small election. It's kind of quiet, but it's very important in an off election like this for everyone to get out and vote. Sometimes 2 or 3 people can make a huge difference in the turnout of the vote. There was one election that I won by 1 vote. 1 vote. Yeah, you didn't get to vote, Ron. But anyway, don't forget, get out tomorrow and vote. Let's move on. City Manager's report.
2 quick items. One, just to remind everybody, we donated funding to the 552nd Canada versus USA hockey game that is coming up this Thursday,
Very good.
April the 6th, at the Blazers Ice Center.
Is that at noon?
Yes, the doors open at noon. Puck drop is at 1 o'clock. Everyone is invited. Last time there was a little bit of confusion on the timing, so please get there between 12 and 1. So if you all would like to attend, we'd love to have you there. They're very excited about it. And yes, wear your jersey if you've got one. I still don't have mine, but that's okay. I also don't have my red shirt. I've noticed that too, if anyone else has noticed. Second thing is the Tinker Air Force Base is hosting their air show July 1st and 2nd. They have submitted information to all of you. If you would like to attend and be part of their program this year, please make sure that you get that taken care of by this Friday. And last item we have up, Chief Purcell will be speaking about this in 2 weeks whenever he comes in, but I do want to brag on him. He did go and perform mutual aid for the fires last Friday, and I received some very wonderful kudos from Oklahoma County saying how beneficial he was. He was handling all the resources for Oklahoma and Logan County to get them where they needed to be, so I greatly appreciate his emergency management skills.
I saw a Dell City brush pumper on Channel 5 News, and they were talking about the Dell City firemen out there, and it was a very favorable report. I don't know if the rest of you guys saw that, but it was on Channel 5 about 6 o'clock, I think. But anyway, let's move on.
And Mayor, can I say one more thing about that hockey game? Is I went last year. It is so exciting and so much fun because of all the trash talking that that the airmen have between Canada and the U.S. And so it's a great time, and everybody should try to get out to it.
I thought you were talking about the trash talking between the council, but that's all right. Yeah, it's a great game, good time. Everybody ought to go. City Clerk's report.
I have nothing at this time.
All right. Moving on to item number 6, consent docket. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the following items by unanimous consent with one motion. Item A is budget amendment. Approve a budget amendment for fiscal year 2022-2023 as shown in Exhibit A to the council agenda. Item B is minutes of March 6, 2023. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the council for March 6, 2023. Item C is approve the minutes of March 20th, 2023. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the council of March 20, 2023. There was a backlog on that March 6th. That was the marathon meeting that ran till about 11 o'clock at night, and it took a while to get all those minutes typed up. But I will now entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve items A, B, and C.
Wow.
Second.
I need a second. Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
The mayor votes aye. The motion is carried. Presentation. Item number 7 is dining in Dell City expose for April 2023. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny receiving a presentation from the Economic Development Team on the Dining in Dell City expose recipient for April 2023. JT's Barbecue is located at 505 South Sunny Lane. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve a presentation from the Economic Development Team on the Dining in Dell City expose. Tonight is JT's Barbecue.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Who is going to present for the Economic Development Team? All right.
Good evening, council.
State your name for the clerk, please.
Rashana Moore, Economic Development
Thank you.
Marketing Coordinator. Tonight, we are presenting Dining in Dale City's April recipient, which is JT's Barbecue. JT's Barbecue and Catering has been a family-owned and operated barbecue company since 1985. JT's Barbecue started in the creative mind of JT Moon, who wanted to create different, flavorful arrays of barbecue delights for people to enjoy. At JT's Barbecue, the catering, they have unique recipes in all their foods while offering fine selections of meats, sides, and every palate to choose from. All their meats are hand rubbed, unique seasoning, hickory smoke, and smoked daily to perfection and by their talented pit masters. At JT's, they promise to only have the most tender ribs and brisket, and they guarantee it each time. Since 1985, JT has managed to accomplish that with his guarantee each and every time he presents a meal. Just that, each serving is mouth-watering hickory smoked barbecue. You can go visit JT's Barbecue at 505 South Sunny Lane Road in Dale City, Oklahoma, and experience the JT difference yourself.
All right.
We have a video, and then I guess
Okay.
JT.
That's good. That is good. All right.
Here to present JT. I was gonna.
Questions? Did I hear a question? Ma'am, we're open from 10:30 till 2, Monday through Thursday, and from 10:30 till 8 on Friday, and we cater 7 days a week for people that need something like that done. And I just thank you very much for the honor of this. This is just great. We could tell you how much we appreciate it. We've been doing this a long time, and this is our first, so we're honored. So, and I think we got something to do to give you guys, if I'm not mistaken, John.
So, I think I should be getting an award for being next door to you guys and smelling that. This is the smell every day next door. But JT, you guys do a tremendous job over there. I'm proud to have you as my neighbor, and we're proud to have you in
Hey,
Dale City.
It's been great being your neighbor, so we're more than happy to be there. And
All
again,
right.
it's
Turn
been
around,
it's
let
been
her-
an honor.
Let her take a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, come up here.
Yeah, Tony.
Here's
Can you
the-
believe Tony? We started in '85. He was 5 when we started working.
We get trained him well. All right. One more, oops. Oh, shaking hands? Here, let me shake Tony's hand.
Yeah, shake his hand. My
You hold it, you hold it. Oh, okay. All right, we'll get coordinated here in a minute. All right.
Hey, I do want to say,
Excellent job on putting ribs on the program. That's a tough act to follow. We got everybody back? All right. Let's resume the meeting now. We're up to item number 8, monthly update from the Chief of Police. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve receiving a monthly update from the Chief of Police. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve a presentation by the police chief.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Chief, the table is all yours.
had a busy month. I got to attend a Metro Chiefs meeting at the middle of this month, and that is where all the chiefs from the Metro agencies, from Norman to Edmond, Hara, Mustang, Oklahoma City, everybody comes together. We had state agencies, OSBI, federal agencies, Secret Service, FBI. So it was a very good meeting. A lot of that meeting was talking about problems that they have, and we're not alone in the problems that we have here in Del City. Everybody across the state and across the nation, as far as when we're talking about different crimes and things like that. It was good to hear that we're not alone in some of those fights. One of the big things that was there was manpower. Everybody was down in manpower, and I was the only one that could say I was full staff. So that was really good.
All right.
So, made a lot of good contacts there. Looking forward, I got another meeting coming up in April with them. Looking forward to staying in contact with that group and getting ideas and assistance where we can. We've worked really well with Oklahoma City in the past, and I'm going to expand on that. Some of you may have seen the hot sheet out recently where the auto burglaries, and we worked hand in hand with the U.S. Marshals and Oklahoma City specialized teams and got that one to a resolution. So very, very proud of the men and women that work on that. They done an excellent job on it, and good cooperation with Oklahoma City and good participation there with them. We also had, thanks to the Rotary of Del City, we had the bike safety on the 25th of Saturday. I thought it was a real good turnout, real good event. Can't wait for next year. Got some ideas, and I'd like to get more involved in that. So I thought it was a really good event. Thanks to the Rotary for doing that. Had a meeting with Tinker Air Force Base, just as the city manager said, with their air show coming up July. We went out there, all the chiefs and everybody that had that, and they were looking for our assistance in helping them supply kind of an emergency response team for them. So I'll be working with them on that. I'm going to send them about a half dozen officers to be there in case of crowd control, emergencies, assistance, anything like that. I look forward to going out there myself with it, and then we'll also have plenty of officers on standby because we always know we have the crowds here in Del City during that air show too. Center Road gets pretty packed. We want to have everybody have a safe event, so we're already planning for that one, and that'll be in July there. 2 officers I talked about before having the drone license. I've got them certified, so they have their certifications and license to fly our drone. We've got one drone that I'm getting an evaluation done on it, having them out and work with it, and I plan to put 2 more officers out there with license in the drone capabilities. There are just so many things that those drones can do now. We can go up and take pictures of serious accidents above and get a bird's eye view of it. We can do hunting for anybody, lost kids, things of that nature. So I really want to look at expanding that program much further.
Have we had success talking with Tinker for airspace?
Yes, yes. We've got a direct contact at Tinker. We can just call them. They gave me a direct line. Call them, let us know what we're doing and where we're doing it, and they'll be good. So
very good.
I'm in discussion right now with the Middale School District. They were asked if we were interested in supplying a second SRO for them, for the middle school now. I met with them last Friday. I've been going back and forth today with a contract with them, but a couple changes here and there. I've sent it to the city manager and city attorney today to review. Not much is gonna change in it except adding the additional SRO and the district also adding the extra income. They would double what they normally pay us last year. I think it's $145,000 for the 2 officers for the 10 months. So they would like a middle school SRO. So we're in negotiations with that, and I'm getting that to the city manager.
Very
So it's
good.
just right now in discussions. Hopefully bring that to you before long. Last, if you don't notice, I'm wearing a different badge today. This is the 75th anniversary badge. We put in for this here a couple months ago, and this is Del City's 75th anniversary. During the 50th anniversary, we all had a different badge too. It was a different design, smaller design. So we wanted to do something in honor of the 75th year this year also. Captain Sean Courtney is here. He was my main man in this. I put him on it here a few months ago and said, come up with a design, see what everybody likes. He is in touch with Chief Tate's family, I believe in North Carolina. Chief Tate was the very first chief of police in Del City. He obtained a photograph of Chief Tate's first badge. And this is the closest with the badge manufacturers that we could come to it. So it's a very good resemblance of the very first badge. So that's kind of the way we went. And then we incorporated the city seal into this one instead of the state seal. So it says on there for the city's 75th anniversary. I got these in the mail today. So we will start issuing them out this week, effective next Monday. This is what you'll see the officers wearing for the rest of this calendar year. They'll wear them from Monday till December 31st. So looking forward to that. So
Good.
you've seen the new vehicles out there. That's both of them. I've got all 10 trucks on the ground. That's the very first one I got back from the outfitters today. I got all the lights and everything put on it. I've still got a couple more things. I want to put the running board, step boards on that one and the others. A couple more tweaks on them. But they have 3, 4 more up at the outfitters correctly right now, getting all the lights on them. So they're turning them out pretty good. That one took about a week to get everything on it. So I'm looking forward to getting those out on the road. And the BMWs, we just got, that was the second one, and we just got that one Thursday or Friday of last week. It needs a radio and graphics on it, and it'll be hitting the streets. So looking forward to them out there, but I wanted y'all to get a chance to see them up close and personal.
So have we put any photos out for the public to see that we are going to have new vehicles? It's not some truck trying to pull you over, that it is actually.
Not yet. That is our plan.
Okay.
Yes, we will be doing
Okay.
plenty of social media on that. Anything else?
I just wanted to say, thanks to Officer Fettler this morning. She helped us get our parking curb back to PJ's. Apparently, a citizen took and jumped the parking curb and drove it all the way down to the police department and left it. So, and we couldn't get it back.
Wow.
So, she kind of helped us get through that. So, tell her thank you.
I have a lot of great men and women there at the police
You
department.
do.
That's right.
Very, very proud of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to item number 9, professional services agreement with Pivot Incorporated, commonly known as Community Intervention Center, CIC. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve a professional services agreement with Pivot Incorporated, CIC, for July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2024, for an amount not to exceed $25,000 annually, to be paid $6,250 quarterly. Authorize mayor to endorse same. This agreement is for CIC to operate a community intervention center to receive and hold juveniles who have been taken into custody by law enforcement agencies for alleged violations of municipal ordinance or state law, or who are alleged to be in need of supervision and for whom detention is inappropriate or unavailable. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve a professional services agreement with Pivot Inc. for July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024, for the amount not to exceed $25,000 annually, to be paid $6,250 quarterly. Authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch,
Aye.
Councilman Gandy,
Aye.
Councilman Mooney,
Aye.
Councilman Dean,
Aye.
Mayor votes aye, the motion carries. Item number 10, pay range and classification for fiscal year 2023-2024. We will take these separately. First, item A, public hearing. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve holding a discussion regarding the new proposed, pay range and classification chart for fiscal year 2023-2024. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, we open the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy,
Aye.
Councilman Finch,
Aye.
Councilman Dean,
Aye.
Councilman Mooney,
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The public discussion portion is now open. Who, are you going to be
Yes, sir.
city manager?
So, just to let everyone know, this is the non-union pay scale range and classification. This does not include either union. This includes the civilian employees at this time. So a couple of things just to let you know. One, I've given you an updated proposed change here, the range and classification sheet and the fiscal year 24 pay schedule. These are the physical copies. Excel got the better of me. I thought it worked out great. I thought my pivot table skills were strong, and then Ms. Wilbanks was able to fill it in and fix it because evidently I was wrong. So thank you, Ms. Wilbanks. Some things for you to look at. What I want you all to know is we are demystifying the budget-making process for the city of Del City. One of the things that I have promised everyone is that we have accountability, transparency, and honesty in everything that we are doing. And what we have here is letting you know exactly how the budget process starts, and it starts with the pay scale. Before we know what our pay scale is going to be for our employees, we can't make any other budget modifications or changes for the new fiscal year. So what I have requested here on the range and classification chart, which shows the positions that you see, what I have done is we had a meeting last Thursday where we brought in all of the department heads, and they told us what each one of the employees do and gave us a general idea of what their job description was, and we have modified that to make it match across every department in the non-union setting. So there are police and fire department items in here that are civilian employees, non-union, just so you know, and it goes all the way up the scale, whereas you can see with each different range and class, G1, G2, G3, everybody is labeled appropriately and labeled the same. So that is not a surprise. That's taken from the state and federal government. They often have positions created where they're a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 employee. I've done the same here. Instead of calling them a super long title, and as you know, long titles can be kind of fun, but this makes it far easier for us to work with, and it's a way for us to decide on the range. As for the pay scale is far different. We are starting at requesting at $15 an hour as being the starting salary for our employees, maxing at $60 an hour at the very end of the pay grade. And as you can see with each jump, now that the pivot table is corrected, so thank you, the number is a 3% increase. So no matter where you fall on this board, in the future, every merit increase that you receive will be a natural 3%. One of the problems with the previous pay scales is that sometimes you'd have a 1% raise one year, a 7% raise the next year, a 2.25% raise the third year, and it just depended on how it hit. That being said, this range and classification chart has been going on for years and years. I've just tried to clean it up to make it far more simple, where something that we can use to recruit future employees is to say, if you come in here, depending on where you start, every time you receive a merit raise, it will be a 3% merit raise, no matter where you are on this chart. So that is the starting point that we have. If you have any questions or would like to know about any information, I do want to tell you on the range and classification, some of these positions, all of them are being recreated because the titles are all changing, but some of these positions might not be funded this fiscal year. I'm asking for the creation of these items, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have the funding. Once we know what the pay scale looks like and the employee needs that we have, we'll go into our next budgeting item to budget for the payroll for fiscal year 24, and then decide whether or not we can afford 7 equipment operator ones, 18 communications officers, whatever those numbers look like, all that being fictitious. But to give you an idea of how that works.
JD, I think you've done a tremendous job here. I'm glad to see logic finally being applied to the pay scale and to the chart. The only thing I see on here that I would like to see changed is you have the city clerk in range G8, and I think the city clerk should be in G9, and I'd like to see that changed.
I would agree with that. I think city clerk is named in the charter. It's one of the named positions, and also the amount of required information and integrity in that position kind of, I think warrants a top G9 rating, yes.
Right, okay.
I agree also. If she's not working, nobody's getting paid.
Yep, and then, of course, she's also the go-to if we ever needed a city manager, so she's the backup part of that. So she has lots of responsibility.
Absolutely, and she has to put up with that mayor all the time. Yep. The other thing that we're looking at on here is the deputy city manager. I don't think we've ever funded a deputy city manager. Is that something, by moving the city clerk to a G9, and she is the default city manager when the city manager is not there, I think we're okay there. Just moving the city clerk up a notch and deleting the deputy city manager spot. Everything else looks great. I'm absolutely thrilled to see this type of work being produced by your office, JD. You're doing all right. So I think if we can, when we get to the voting part, if we can approve, I would like to see this approved with the modification of moving the city clerk to G9 and deleting the deputy city manager. Other than that, I think it's a great job, and I'm for it.
Anyone have any question on the jobs that we're proposing, names, titles, anything of that nature? We tried to make it as specific as we could, or generic in one sense, but specific to what they do. So level 1, level 2,
One of the
coordinator.
one of the non-union jobs would be the crime scene specialist, right? That's someone that's going to work for the police department, but would be non-union, correct?
Yes, sir. And Chief, would you like to just give them an idea of what your goal is for that, if funded?
The crime scene tech, my vision for that is I would get somebody that has the certifications that goes to college for the crime scene specialist, much like you see on the TV shows to go out and collect evidence.
Columbo.
UCO is one of the local,
Yes.
very prestigious
good. Yes.
schools for that.
Yes.
So.
And it's going to basically, and my theory on how it should work is right now if an officer goes to a crime scene, whether it's a burglary or like the school shooting that we had here earlier this year, I call detectives out, or the officer that's on that scene, they are responsible for working and collecting all the evidence on that scene. And I use the one at the high school as a great example. When we got there that night and we had the scene secure, the detectives, all the detectives, I called every one of them out. Their primary job for the almost first 2 hours was just scene collection and processing. I could have used them for interviewing witnesses and doing the investigation instead of processing the scene. This person would come out to scenes like that, and their sole job would be to process the evidence and free the officers up to the investigation.
All right.
I was excited to see that position on there, so.
Anybody else? I would entertain a motion to close the public portion if we have nothing else.
I'll make a motion to close this portion.
Mooney?
Aye.
Councilman Gandy?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The public hearing portion is now closed. We're going to move on to item B, council action. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny the proposed pay range and classification chart for fiscal year 2023-2024. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve with modifications the proposed pay range and classification chart for fiscal year 2023-2024.
Let's go ahead and state the modifications. We're going to move, if you don't mind, I'll just do that. Move the city clerk from range G8 to range G9 and delete the deputy city manager position. Is that okay with is that part of your motion?
Yes, that's part of my motion.
Thank Melissa, did you get all that? Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Thank you, JD. That was a good job. Item number 11, public improvement. Rename a portion of South Glen Avenue to Dave Smith Drive. First, we're going to have a public hearing and then council action. We'll do the public hearing first. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny holding a public hearing regarding the proposed public improvements to rename a portion of South Glen Avenue with the public hearing and subsequent discussion to constitute investigation as to public improvements pursuant to section 16-24 of Del City Code. Do I hear a motion to open?
Yes, I would like to make approve holding a public hearing regarding the proposed public improvements to rename a portion of South Glen Avenue with the public hearing and subsequent discussion to constitute investigation as to the public improvements pursuant to section 16-24 of Del City Code.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The public discussion portion is now open. Kelly, are you, where's Kelly? Oh, you're sitting down. You were hiding behind Bob. Kelly, tell us what we're doing here. I mean, we know, but let's just tell us what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Bob Thomas has requested that we rename the little, did you guys get the maps that I put in the backup? Yeah. That we rename that small section of South Glen Avenue from southeast 29th Street to southeast 27th. He's proposing that we name that Dave Smith Drive in honor of the founder of MTM Recognition.
Very good. Bob, do you mind giving us a short history lesson or explanation? State your name for the city clerk, please.
Bob Thomas. I recently retired from MTM, 38 years, and it was founded by Dave Smith, formerly Midwest Trophy Manufacturing, currently MTM. It has always been located in Del City. They've recently celebrated 50 years of business. I think for the last 20, 25 years, or maybe longer, it's been the largest employer in the city.
That's right.
Anybody that's been here a lot of years can remember the old wooden A-frame that used to be there in the corner, Del City Lumber with the shacks out there, Reeves Casing Pulling to the west. All of those buildings have been demolished, facilities cleaned up. Pretty incredible campus down there. Mr. Smith is 77 years old now, and I just thought it would be an honor to rename that street for him. Well, he's still with us and can enjoy the recognition. Most people don't realize, watching the NCAA, March Madness, all that's going on, all those awards are made down there. If there are any NASCAR fans, all 3 levels of NASCAR awards are made down there. Special Olympics, any award in the United States is made down there. So most people don't realize the breadth of the product line that they have and the reach that the company has. But I've just requested from the council that that could be done in his honor.
These shirts were made down there.
Thank you. I didn't ask the chief if the badges were made down there, but hopefully they check down
Let's
there.
not go into that just
Okay,
now.
okay. Any questions?
Thank you, Bob.
I thank you for your dedication, especially the company. I know it's been there forever, but also MTM takes up 3/4 of that street, so it's a good fit. And I'm proud that he's going to see it named that before anything happens.
Yes, that's.
And
that's what our
I
hope
think
is.
one of the coolest things is the reach that a little business that started 50 years ago in Del City, Oklahoma has. It's not just national, but it is international in scale.
Yes.
So very, very cool.
And and the best part about it is MTM has always, and David Smith have Dave Smith have always been eager to participate in civic functions. Every time we have a major event going on, they step right up and help us, and I'm especially proud of their community spirit. And if you'll take that message back to Dave, I'm very proud to be a part of naming this street for him.
Okay, well, thank you. And the flip side of that is fire department and police department relationships have always been outstanding for alarms and whatnot. So we appreciate what the city does for the services offered as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Is there anybody else that'd like to speak on the public hearing portion?
I would. So the MTM actually started behind my house, and so I got to watch Dave in the garage working with all the stuff. And so just to think that went from one to the family employees to what it is now, it's truly a good testament to what Dave Smith brought to this community. The other interesting part is that we now have several businesses that bring superstars to our city, whether Castle Row, MTM. It's just really amazing that, we could see a professional football player show up here, or, other things. So it's nice. It's just such a tremendous asset to the city.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying that MTM started in a garage, one man behind your house in Ward 1?
Well, almost
Okay.
Ward 1.
Almost Ward-
Almost
Ward-
Ward 1. It was
almost.
Ward 3.
Okay.
It's Ward 3.
All
Very,
right.
very cool.
Moving right along. Is there anybody else that'd like to speak on this before we close the public hearing portion?
Make a motion, we close the hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy,
Aye.
Councilman Finch,
Aye.
Councilman Dean,
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The public hearing portion is now closed. We'll move on to item B, council action. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny the proposed public improvement to rename a portion of Southeast 27th Street to Southeast 29th Street of South Glen Avenue to Dave Smith Drive. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, if this passes, it would be nice to have a nice presentation and bring out Mr. Smith and the street signs and make a nice presentation.
I've already set that up with Josh Schultz, the Chamber of Commerce. We're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony and go from there. Let's take the vote. Councilman Finch,
Aye.
Councilman Gandy,
Aye.
Councilman Mooney, Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for bringing this to us. Move on to item number 12, special non-emergency ordinance, sale of real property located at Northeast 10th and North Sunny Lane Road. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve ordinance number 1416, authorizing the sale of real property, approximately 56.5 acres, located at Northeast 10th Street and North Sunny Lane Road, which has been declared surplus by the Dale City Economic Development Authority and the public purpose abandoned, and authorizing the sale of said property, either an affirmative vote of qualified electors of the city upon filing of proper referendum petition, or by authority of special non-emergency ordinance in accordance with Article 4, Section 28 of the Dale City Charter for property valued over $35,000. Authorize mayor to endorse same. This is a special non-emergency ordinance.
I make a motion that we approve ordinance 1416, authorizing the sale of real property, approximately 56.5 acres located at Northeast 10th Street and North Sunny Lane Road, which has been declared surplus by the Dale City Economic Development Authority and the public purpose abandoned, and authorizing the sale of said property by either, one, an affirmative vote of qualified electors of the city upon filing the proper referendum petition, or by authority of special non-emergency ordinance, which this is, in accordance with Article 4, Section 28 of the Dale City Charter for property valued over $35,000. Authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye, the motion carries. Is there any further council input?
Make a motion that we adjourn to the Dale City Municipal Service Authority.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Gandy.
Aye.
Councilman Mooney.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye, the motion carries. We will now move to the Dale City Municipal Services Authority. Melissa, would you call the roll, please?
Trustee Gandy,
Here.
Trustee Mooney,
Here.
Trustee Finch, Trustee Dean,
Here.
and Chairman Eason.
Chairman is here. Is there any public input on non-agenda items? Would anybody like to speak to the council on a non-agenda items? Seeing none, any trustees have anything non-agenda? Seeing none, move on to the manager's report, item number 4.
Just one item to make sure we have it on the record. The ITB for the new digital water meters is on the street. It's coming. We have a communications plan depending on how the ITBs come back and whenever the starting plan will that be able to convert all the analog meters to digital meters. I just want to make sure it's on the record and that we're going to start the communications plan very soon to the citizens.
So we're going to replace our 1960 water meters. Good job. All right, move on to item number 5, consent docket. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the following items by unanimous consent with one motion. Item A is a budget amendment, approved budget amendment for fiscal year 2022-2023 as shown in Exhibit A to the DC MSA agenda. Item B is minutes of March 6, 2023. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of DC MSA of March 6, 2023. Item C is minutes of March 20, 2023. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of DC MSA of March 20, 2023. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve A, B, and C as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Finch. Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Chairman votes aye. The motion carries. Item number 6, negotiations for sale of surplus water from ComCD. Discussion, consideration, possible action to authorize or deny negotiating the sale of surplus water from ComCD, direct staff accordingly. This would be water that is in excess of the needs of the city. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion that we authorize negotiating the sale of surplus water from ComCD and direct staff accordingly.
Second. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. So I've been working on this, and I just want to make sure our council's fully aware of what we're doing. Is this Lake Thunderbird provides a portion of our water for the city. And for the last approximately 20 years, our water wells go and keep our usage very much the same year after year after year. And to keep things simple, when the lake was built, we have about 1,100 units of water that's allocated to us each year. And for the last 20 years, we've used about 500 of those units, which leaves 600 units that's never been touched. And so what we're looking at doing is to negotiate with outside entities to possibly purchase some of that water. And to be safe with our water usage, just to make sure that we have plenty of water, we're looking at, instead of the 600, the full 600, is to look to negotiate selling approximately 500 of those units. So, no, the contract would not endanger the amount of water that we have. We would still have plenty, which, by the way, for the city-wise, just for everybody to know, is we're blessed with one of the most robust amounts of water that a city has in this metropolitan.
We've never had water rationing.
And never had water rationing, and so we're trying to look to see about using the asset to, to a further potential there. Thank you.
Okay. Michael Dean is our appointed director to the ComCD board. He's on the board of directors. The ComCD is the Lake Thunderbird governing body. And thank you for taking on that responsibility. Michael, you're doing a good job there. Okay. Any further comments? Take the vote. Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Gandy, sorry.
Aye.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Gandy.
Aye. Aye.
Trustee Dean. Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are now adjourned to the Economic Development Authority. There you are, Pam.
This is the Del City Economic Authority. Melissa, would you call roll, please?
Trustee Gandy. Trustee Mooney. Trustee Dean.
Here.
Trustee Eason.
Here.
And Chairwoman Finch.
Is there any trustee input at this time? Item 4, consent docket. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the following items by unanimous consent with one motion. A, minutes of March 6, 2023. Approve minutes of the regular meeting of DCEDA of March 6, 2023. Item B, minutes of March 20th, 2023. Approve minutes of the regular meeting of DCEDA of March 20th, 2023.
Make a motion we approve items A and B.
Second.
Aye.
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 Item 5, resolution, sale of real property located at Northeast 10th and Sunny Lane Road. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve resolution number 0403, 2023A, authorizing the sale of real property located at Northeast 10th and Sunny Lane Road, approximately 56.5 acres and valued at more than $35,000, which has been declared surplus by the Del City Economic Development Authority, and the public proposed abandoned and pursuant to Council Ordinance Number 1416, that provides for the referral of the said sale to a vote of the electors of the city upon filing of property referendum, petition, or by authority of special non-emergency ordinance, according to Article 4, Section 28 of the Del City Charter. Authorized chair to endorse same.
Make a motion that we approve resolution number 04032023A, authorizing the sale of real property located at Northeast 10th and North Sunny Lane Road, approximately 56.5 acres and valued at more than $35,000, which has been declared surplus by the Del City Economic Development Authority and the public purpose abandoned, and pursuant to Council Ordinance 1416, that provides for the referral of said sale to a vote of the electors of the city upon filing of proper referendum petition or by the authority of special non-emergency ordinance according to the Article 4, Section 28 of the Del City Charter. Authorized chair to endorse the same.
Second.
Take a vote. Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Trustee Eason.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. Item 6, any other trust input?
Make a motion we adjourn to OMRF.
Second.
Take a vote. Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Trustee Eason.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are now recessed or adjourned to Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund.
Thank you.
You took that back quick.
Yeah. Didn't want to get hit by it. Call to order the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund regular meeting for August 3rd, 2023. Melissa, would you call the roll, please?
Councilman, Trustee Gandy.
Trustee.
Here.
Trustee Mooney.
Here.
Trustee Finch. Trustee Dean,
Here.
and Chairman Eason.
Chairman is here. Item number 3 is public and committee input. Is there anybody in the public that would like to address the OMRF? Seeing none, any trustees? Seeing none, move on to item number 4, minutes. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the OMRF of March 6, 2023. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Item number 5 is a retirement application. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve city employee Leslie Mount receiving normal retirement from the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund per request from the employee. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve city employee Leslie Mounts receiving a normal retirement from the Oklahoma Municipal Retirement Fund per request from the employee.
Second.
Pam. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I'd just like to say the city put on a nice little retirement party for her the other day, and I appreciate it. Every time y'all do that, it just shows us that our city can come together and work together. And she was with us for several years, so it's nice to have a good send-off.
For anyone in the audience that doesn't know, Leslie Mount is the lady that prepares the agendas, types the agendas up, gets all the backup material together, and also does the proclamations for the city. So she's done a great job, and we wish her much success in her retirement. Any further discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Gandy.
Aye.
Trustee Finch. Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Mooney.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. We're faster than a speedy boat. The acting city manager has requested us to slow down for a moment.
As this council concludes final full meeting with us, we would like to present you all with a small token of our appreciation on behalf of the citizens of Ward 3, your city council, and your city employees. Thank you for your service.
Hey, Jackie.
You'll never guess where the flowers came from.
There's this little florist shop.
We were going to do a cake, but barbecue was better. I think everyone agrees with
Ribs.
that.
Jackie, is there anything you'd like to say? Turn your microphone on first.
I've enjoyed my time here working with the city. I've been here a very long time, and I enjoy being part of the city no matter what level, and I'll continue to support Del City. And thank you. I've enjoyed working with each and every one of you. Become friends. Thank you.
We're not going to let you get away too far. We have plans to use you on committees and commissions in the future. So you don't get to retire. You don't get to go home. You got to keep working. We're just going.